This is just a quick additional review. I've managed to find my old Buck Ranger. It was on top of the refrigerator in the garage the whole time. The case is kind of beat up. I think one reviewer said they didn't think the case was high quality, that it wouldn't last. And well, I looked at the new case and it looks almost identical to my old case. This is from 1991, and it's been on many backpacking trips. You can see it's a bit scraped up. That's because I've, been in some places that are pretty scrabbly with this thing on my belt. And the case took all the damage. The knife didn't. Now, I have dropped this on concrete multiple times, and actually, I think you might be able to see there's little microchips in the bronze. And there's some scuffs. Nothing that couldn't be buffed out if I wanted it to look really pretty again. This handle from 1991 is actually ebony. It's not this diamond wood stuff. It's real wood. I'm not sure why they changed it, because it's beautiful. It's almost perfect still in 2018 after over 2 decades of use. You can open it one-handed. It's hard. It's really a two-handed opening knife, but it's beautiful. It's functional. I've had it a ridiculous amount of time. It's my knife. It's the one that my hand remembers from many years. Week before Father's Day, got this Benchmade mini Crooked River. You can see it's very easy to open one-handed. When you get used to it, it's almost like a switchblade. It has this clip in the back, so you wear it in your pocket. Very cool knife, but as I said before, I didn't think the spring here, this little tiny wire spring in here, that mechanism would last as long as me. Well, it made it to July, but not much into July, and it broke because I've been doing that too many times. I might have done that 1,000 times, maybe multiple thousand times. Certainly less than 10,000 times. And the spring broke. So it's not designed to last a lifetime. However, it costs enough that they can fix it, hopefully, for a lifetime. At least that, I imagine, is their gamble. So I sent it in. They fixed the spring. There's also a little chip on the back because it'd fallen on tile from 6 inches. Not a real fall. This knife has never actually had a bad fall like this one. I'd hate to think what it'll look like after it's been through what that one's been through. But they replaced the diamond wood scale, which is nice. There's a kind of a burr here. It doesn't line up as well as the other scale that was new. But I guess I prefer that to having the chip, so that's fine. I asked also to have the blade, touched up, because this SV30 steel is kind of hard to sharpen. And they sent it back. I'm just gonna have to say blunt. I think it actually was sharpened to a different angle. When I got the knife, it was at a pretty steep, sharp angle, and the cutting was, almost legendary. When they sent it back, they'd sharpened it like a kitchen knife with a really blunt angle here, and it just, you could put, I don't want to put my thumb very hard here, but when they sent it back, I could push down on it with my thumb. It wasn't going to cut me. It was like a regular semi-sharpened kitchen knife. The angle was really just so blunt that I had to resharpen it myself. I'm not a pro at it. I use some 120 grit stone, and I've got a little jig that holds it flat while it does that. And then I ran it with the 600 grit stone, and then 1,000. And I didn't quite use a 600 long enough, or maybe I should have used a 220 or 400 first, because I actually still see some of the gouges from the 120 and the reflections. So I'll have to go touch that up some more. But it's that SV30 steel. It can be sharpened, but it's hard. At least now it feels pretty sharp, unlike when I got it back. Um, Still love carrying it. Very easy to open, practical, sharp now that I've done it myself. Uh, Beautiful knife. $200 after California tax. I have Amazon Prime, so that didn't have any shipping. 1991, I think it was $24 when my brother bought it for me. Still going strong. I see no reason it won't keep going strong, even though I've abused it and never cared for it properly. All I ever do now and then is sharpen it. And you can see the blade's a little bit thinner than, the new one, but not that much. Sharpened it several times, but not hundreds. And of the two, I mean, I'll carry this one. I like this one, maybe a little better, but you know what? This is the one I'm actually going to have long term. So, the good thing it's beautiful and functional. One more thing, I couldn't sharpen this to the same angle as this one because, did I cover this already? These thumb screws get in the way. So Buck ships their knives sharpened to 15 degrees, kind of like a Japanese knife. And I thought this was sharpened to a similar angle, but when they sent it back kind of blunt, I tried to sharpen it myself, and these thumb screws got in the way, and I couldn't sharpen it at 15 degrees, so I had to do it more like 18. And even then, I managed to accidentally nick it a couple times with a stone, so I've managed to shave off a little bit of that thumb screw. It's no big deal, but it's annoying. I have to sharpen my knives now in two different settings. So, my buck knives I sharpen together at the same angle, and then I have to set a more blunt angle to sharpen this one. And that thing also gets in the way a bit in the cutting surface. This blade, I love how it comes to pretty close to the handle, but then the thumb screw actually, even cutting cardboard, you'll catch that thumb screw sometimes. So the effective cutting blade is probably about from my thumb up. You probably don't want to use this last portion of the blade. Whereas with this one, if it's sharp, you can use it. So, it looks like the effective blade is a lot shorter, but the effective cutting edge on these two knives, even though this one's longer, it's about a third of an inch, not nearly what it looks like. So, not sure I'm a fan of the thumb screws or this weak spring that will break again. On the other hand, you know what? I can use two hands to open a knife most often. So it is what it is. This will last the rest of my life. I suspect I'll wind up sending this in for repairs until I wind up losing it or getting tired of doing that. But this is the one I'll carry. This is slightly too heavy to carry every day. And, oh, there you go.